Tonight is a very special night. Tonight, legends are born, memories will be made, and history will be written. They try to etch their names into history. Everybody gives it their all. This is the stuff dreams are made of. This is where legacies are born, memories are made, and where superstars become immortalized. This is WrestleMania. We are one night removed from the greatest pay-per-view ever in No Limits Wrestling, and the night after WrestleMania is gonna be living up to the hype as well. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, this is the night following WrestleMania, and we are getting ready following an incredible road to WrestleMania and an incredible pay-per-view. We keep the momentum here live tonight. Several championship matches, including this one. For the Intercontinental Championship, Alberto Del Rio has his rematch against Chris Benoit. Benoit puts the title on the line against Del Rio for the IC Championship. That's going to be one hell of a matchup tonight, but somebody who has a lot of explaining to do. This guy, Randy Orton, last night retired Batista, and tonight he speaks out about the way he did it. One of the most brutal matches in NLW history came to an end with Randy Orton punting Batista in the skull. And this one, following one of the greatest matches ever, Sting vs The Undertaker. What happens now? Where do they go from here? And how will Sting respond to the way that Undertaker defeated him last night? So many shocking results last night at WrestleMania, but one of them is more shocking than any. It is this one, and you hear the chorus of boos like this man got when last night he won the World Heavyweight Championship from Shawn Michaels. There he is, the game Triple H once again tonight, coming out to a chorus of boos. It was last night that after Shawn Michaels got pedigreed from the top rope, after the 1-2-3 count was made, the entire dome went ballistic. Not with cheers, but with outright boos. Many people have questioned whether or not Triple H actually deserves to be world champion. Regardless of that, he is champion. And whether the fans like it or not, Triple H plans to hold that title for months to come. He put on a hell of a performance, did Shawn Michaels last night, but alas, wasn't enough to defeat Triple H. I don't think any of us expected that Triple H, after a night full of good guys, if you will, winning, that Triple H at the end of it would put a sour note on the proceedings and walk out of WrestleMania as the new World Heavyweight Champion. And what's he got to say?
Go ahead. Go ahead, come on. Let me hear it. Let me have it. Come on. Go ahead. Make all the excuses you want. Let me hear them. Pick one. What is it? Is it politics, huh? What is it? Is it favoritism, huh? Let me hear your excuse. Because the fact is, the truth hurts. And the truth is that there is not a man alive on God's green earth that can do what I do in this ring as good as I can do it. Go ahead. anybody. I don't give a crap what show they're on. I don't give a crap who they say they are. I don't give a crap what title they think they hold. There is nobody in the world that does what I do. There is nobody that can hold a candle to me. There's a sign over here that says Triple H is God. Well, in this ring, I just might be. Here I stand, the World Heavyweight Champion. And not just again, ladies and gentlemen, not just again, but for the 10th time. A lot of people thought at WrestleMania was the beginning of the end for the game. That I had hit my peak and was going downhill. But it goes like this. One best-selling book, one hit movie, and one World Heavyweight Championship later. And I think it's pretty plain to see that the game is far from over. Hell, I'm just hitting my stride, baby. Just hitting my stride. You've never supported me in the past. I've never cared. As far as I'm concerned, each and every one of you is useless. But I'll tell you what, there's one man that is far from useless. There's one man that is the ultimate team player.
Well, listen to this. Thunderous ovation for the guy that last night won the Money in the Bank ladder match. But what is he doing right now? Triple H in the ring, and there you see him, the man who last night withstood CM Punk, Kane, The Miz, Mr. Kennedy and Sin Cara to walk away with a briefcase which guarantees a World Championship opportunity anytime he pleases. And if I were Triple H, a guy that held that much power in his hands, I wouldn't want to see him standing in the ring. And that is what Styles is now after. He is almost guaranteed to be world champion in the future with that briefcase.
Or should I say buzzkiller? You know, this is called a celebration. So why don't you hit the road, Jack?
We certainly ain't gonna do that. What's Styles thinking? Oh my God! Right off the head with the briefcase, and Triple H has been put in his place. AJ Styles is after the game. He has stated his intent that he is after the world title. In fact, that world championship is almost guaranteed to be around AJ Styles' waist in the future. Triple H has just been put on notice. He's been put on his toes. AJ Styles is the man with the power at the moment, and he can cash that in anytime he chooses. So, you come into my office and you demand a World Heavyweight Championship match out of the blue. Not even because you've earned it, because I seem to recall that last night you lost to Kurt Angle. And you also say you want a rematch against Kurt Angle, huh? Well, to be fair, there's no need for a rematch, John. He beat you fair and square. Maybe the fans might want to see a rematch, I don't know, but the fact of the matter is, Kurt Angle, he's moved on to other things. In fact, he's competing up against the Big Show up next. So, to be honest, you're not even on his radar. He's beaten you. That challenge for him is done. Now, as for the world title match you demanded, I'm afraid I can't allow that. You see, there are several wrestlers that are already in line for a championship match, namely AJ Styles, as you've just seen, However, John, technically, you were at the back of the line. You lost the World Heavyweight Championship before, and I don't think you've done much to impress me since. Now you can argue that all you want, but the plain and simple fact is, I'm not giving you a world title match until I feel you've earned one. That may seem harsh. So, now, because you've assumed that I'm not going to give you one, you're refusing to compete. Is that right? Is that right? Well, John, I really don't care at this point, because it's really getting irritating. It's getting on my nerves. You know what? I'll give you some advice. Maybe I'm not the best guy to give advice, but I'm going to give you some advice. You want to get a World Championship match in future? Reinvent yourself. I mean, you got the same stupid rap gimmick you had 10 years ago. In fact, you've got the same super merchandise seller gimmick. You need to reinvent yourself, John. Become a different wrestler. Get a new gimmick. Impress me. Become extreme. Become hardcore. Do something. And then maybe I'll consider giving you a title match. And if I was Cena, I would take that advice, make an impression, and maybe, just maybe, he may get a world title match sometime in the future. But coming up next, the man who defeated John Cena last night, the Olympic gold medalist, the wrestling machine, Kurt Angle, last night went to a hard-fought battle with Cena and came out with a WrestleMania victory following an Angle slam from the top rope. Kurt Angle will hope to continue his momentum here tonight in his match with the world's largest athlete, The Big Show. But he looks into the ring and he looks at the fans. They were behind him last night in his first match up in No Limits Wrestling. This is his second, but how is he going to fare? Cena and Big Show are two completely different opponents, but can Angle continue his momentum here tonight? He's got a 7-foot giant in his way. The world's largest athlete, The Big Show, last night lost a triple threat matchup to Raven and Kevin Nash, failing to reclaim the hardcore title. Ended up at one point Kevin Nash throwing Raven through a window. That's another story. Nevertheless, Big Show, after being jackknifed through part of the stage and equipment, must be sore, but the world's largest athlete can bounce back. It's in his nature. You can obviously see from the size of him and the way he presents himself here tonight that he is looking to stunt the momentum and the role that Kurt Angle has been on as of late. This matchup begins right now, and look at Kurt Angle immediately going behind. Maybe that's not the greatest strategy when you're dealing with the Big Show, especially when you consider the power he has, 420 pounds of outright strength. Then again, don't count Kurt Angle out, for that matter. He is a strong guy as well, but maybe not as strong as the Big Show. You see him manhandling him and throwing him over the top rope, and that was with such ease. He's not light either, 250 pounds. And he was thrown over the top rope and now being held and dropped on the turnbuckle. Bridge of the nose right onto the turnbuckle on the outside and barged over with the shoulder block takedown by the Big Show. Now he's going to drag him away and manhandle him some more. Big Show looking to assert his dominance here tonight. Oh, and they see now, follows him by the throat and throws him away, disregarding that attempt. Kurt Angle, former Olympic gold medalist, as we've said, just came out of the long rivalry with John Cena, an incredible matchup last night where Kurt Angle was victorious. There's a throw by the Big Show. Here's a first cover, and the weight of the Big Show is so much that Angle can't even kick out, has to get his foot on the rope. Big Show, the dominating presence, punch to the face, but Angle again caught out, and now grabbed with ease with one arm and sidewalk slam by the world's largest athlete. Once again back up on his feet, very resilient. I went for the headbutt there, but Kurt Angle once again going behind. And now again in trouble and dropping the elbow on him, right on the neck and sternum of Angle. This is not looking good for him at the moment if he's gonna have any chance of keeping his momentum going. The commissioner mentioned, as he's caught in the nerve hold, commissioner mentioned how Kurt Angle's moved on to different challenges. Looks like there's not going to be a rematch with Cena anytime soon, but you never know. This is No Limits Wrestling, anything can happen, and there you see the bear hug being applied by the Big Show. And there you see Mr. Anderson. He has changed his name. Meanwhile, Kurt Angle using the survival-like tactics to bite the Big Show. And an elbow to the face, and as we mentioned before, going back to Mr. Anderson, he has changed his name to Mr. Anderson following his loss in the Money in the Bank last night as Mr. Kennedy. He has officially changed his name now to Mr. Anderson. That is what he goes by. And apparently watching this matchup, obviously heard that the commissioner saying Kurt Angle was moving on to different challenges. Maybe, just maybe, Mr. Anderson considers himself someone who wants to make a name for himself in this post-WrestleMania period. Watching Kurt Angle's match with the Big Show. All eyes on the prize as Kurt Angle is in control once again now, the Big Show. He's taken back control using the technical prowess he owns. Big Show is laying out, looking at the heavens, and the moonsault from the top. Here's a cover by Angle, but a kick out by the Big Show, and oh my, is he going to go for the ankle lock, but followed by the throat again. And now drags him away, and now Kurt Angle here, wrenching on that leg, and the ankle. Ankle lock, submission hold on the Big Show. That can reduce a 7-footer. But there you see, gets to the ropes luckily. Even an ankle lock is enough to tame the beast. Now Angle waits for him to get up. Big Show wary. And oh my, follows him by the throat, and this don't look good. We're going to see a choke slam. But oh good God, an Angle slam. 420 pounds in the air. And Angle's won this. My God, 423 pounds. Flying through the air it seemed. The strength of Kurt Angle to lift up the weight of the Big Show and win this matchup, pinning him 1-2-3 in incredible fashion. He has continued his momentum following WrestleMania, and he has just continued his momentum with a win over the Big Show. A win over the world's largest athlete will do huge things in this post-WrestleMania period. Well, we'll see here. The moonsault almost did it. So did this ankle lock submission hold. Then it looked as if Big Show was going to go for the choke slam, but the way that Kurt Angle was able to lift the weight of the Big Show and deliver the Angle slam. Big Show still in the ring, contemplating his future there. A loss again by the Big Show. Wasn't his night tonight, but Kurt Angle was the one who continued his momentum. He celebrates on the stage, and there you see Mr. Anderson watches with curiosity. Perhaps he would like to challenge Kurt Angle. We know that Kurt Angle's moved on to other challenges in his career. Is Mr. Anderson going to challenge Kurt Angle, do you think? Nevertheless, Kurt Angle continues his momentum with a win over the Big Show.
Intensity, ruthlessness, brutality. Just when you think it can't get any more brutal, it will. The extremes of which these men will go to are unfathomable. They will fight to the death. They will fight for what they believe in. They will fight for their lives. And all that is left is destruction. No Limits Wrestling Destruction Live.
The next pay-per-view Destruction will be live in August. It is almost guaranteed to be Destruction following WrestleMania. And here's a guy who last night came just short of winning Money in the Bank. He is the human highlight reel, the Mexican luchador, Cara. Last night in the Money in the Bank ladder match, came so close to grabbing the briefcase, however it wasn't meant to be. And to be fair, he pulled off some amazing spots. A swanton from the top of the ladder onto Kane, a dive from the top of the ladder, just to name a few. But tonight Cara forgets about that match and focuses on his new challenger, Carlito. Carlito looking to make an impression after a Couple of losses here in No Limits Wrestling. Remember, he lost to John Cena a few weeks back. Can he bounce back against the Mexican luchador Sin Cara? Of course, Carlito, son of legendary Puerto Rican performer Carlos Colon. And now Carlito is here in No Limits Wrestling taking on Sin Cara. And there you see a punch delivered off this face. And oh my god, look at Sin Cara! What athleticism by Sin Cara, and that is why he is nicknamed the human highlight reel, because he can do things like that. Incredible highlight there for the books, and there you see now Sin Cara with the athleticism again. Drop kicks Carlito out of the ring. Sin Cara, you can't take your eyes off him for 1 second, because he might just do something else, like now. Crossbody dive to the outside. Sin Cara appears to be holding his back, but then again, the amount of damage he must do to his body by using all the techniques he has, and now he's posing again, but that might not be good idea. Carlito drop kicking Sin Cara to the floor or below and dragging him back into the ring again so he can inflict some damage. Carlito now with some vicious kicks to the stomach of Sin Cara. And now Sin Cara has to get back into this one as he's drop kicked again. Sin Cara, when he is on a roll and he does have momentum, he can be quite deadly, but when he's ground and pounded like this, as you see now, you can take away the advantage he has, and there's a cover by Carlito, but a kick out by Sin Cara. He's now waiting up against those ropes, and a big slap to the chest, but misses that time, misses wildly. Now Sin Cara has a chance to deliver some offense of his own. Sin Cara again, crossbody off of the ropes onto Carlito. Can he get back into this one here tonight on the night after WrestleMania? Preparing right now, and look at this. Now with the armbar applied and incredible athleticism again. Don't want to take your eyes off him for 1 second, but you don't want to take your eyes off Carlito. May have steal it here, but the roll-up didn't do it. Carlito has to get back into this one, and he might do. Goes for the backstabber. I think Sin Cara had it momentarily blocked and scouted. He's in the corner, and oh good god, right off of the skull with that kick. Sin Cara may have knocked out Carlito. The lights are out now, and this leaves Sin Cara with a swanton from the top. Here's a cover, and the victory for Sin Cara. Sin Cara picking up a vital victory here the night after WrestleMania over Carlito. So many fast-paced moves, so many high-flying offense, but alas, Sin Cara still, at the end of the day, walks out victorious. Carlito still looking for a victory, but Sin Cara has just got one. And now, following an incredible WrestleMania performance, you see the athleticism he used here. So many crossbodies, hurricane ranas galore, but it was the swanton that did it for Sin Cara to put away Carlito. Still in the ring, still looking for a win here in No Limits Wrestling. I'm sure he'll get it eventually. But nevertheless, Sin Cara following up an incredible WrestleMania performance with a victory tonight. The human highlight reel does it again. Entertains these fans like no one else can. Pulling off some incredible maneuvers. In this post-WrestleMania season, it's important to gain momentum, and Sin Cara has certainly done that.
So you're just going to be a petulant little child and turn your back on me, is that it? You know what, Cena, I'm telling you right now, and I'm going to make it incredibly clear so you understand me. You do not get a championship match until I feel you've earned one. Like I said earlier, do something to impress me, instead of acting stupid and spoiled and refusing to compete. I will suspend you if I feel the need to. So you better watch your job position. And I don't care if you're not facing me. It doesn't matter whatsoever. And as for you, now that I've got that issue sorted, you have a lot of power in your hands. And I'm going to give you even more power. Tonight, you go one-on-one with Triple H.
Oh my! It's been booked. That is our main event tonight. AJ Styles facing the new world champion Triple H. AJ Styles vs Triple H will be later tonight. But in the next part, Chris Benoit will defend his newly won Intercontinental title against Alberto Del Rio. Del Rio getting his rematch following his loss at WrestleMania. Benoit vs Del Rio in the next part, but also in the next part, what happens now? Following an incredible encounter between Sting and The Undertaker at WrestleMania, what will happen next? What will Taker say about defeating Sting? We'll find out next week in part 2.